Good morning. Good morning. We're starting late because we upgraded some things on the tech. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. I am testing out an increased bit rate today, so we're going to see if that is successful or not successful. I hope you are doing well tuning in to the Poetry Studio. I need to also turn down my volume here so you guys can hear me talk. And it seems like it's going off without a hitch. That seems to be the case. Trying to figure it out a little bit, but welcome again to the Poetry Studio. So yeah, I didn't get started on time today, part in part because of technical upgrades and things like that that I was making this morning. And also in part because I fell out of flow state. And I'll tell you a little more about that. So I have been chasing down a level of hyper productivity that the DJ that does this music, Akira, emulates in his own life. Very, very good that he does that. And Leaky says, it's okay, I just woke up. Yeah, and I'm behind on my emails. I found the poem I wrote for you. I got to send that over to you. I have it. I just have to send that email. But I try to stay in the zone of working hard. And partly why I do that is because so much of my life up to this point, I didn't. I'm not saying that's something that everybody has to do, but it's something that I want to do. It's something where I want to be always creating, always upkeeping, always maintaining the life around me. We only get one shot at this thing, you know? So I love the idea of, as best as I can, with my abilities, being able to stay on top of it all. And that's not just this, that's several other part-time jobs, that's my relationship, that's everything, the house. But just because of what I've dealt with mentally, I have drop-offs. I have things where I'm sustaining, and then I didn't understand that. But part of what happens then is I don't relax well. I'll idle away my time in a way that doesn't leave me fulfilled, doesn't give me meaning. And I'm always trying to aim towards that meaning. It's important for me. As I think it is important for anybody that wants to do that. And so, good morning, Fool Killer. Good to see you as well. And so, I realized it really had a click, like it clicked for me yesterday, that I need to look at both sides of the coin. I'm really energetically into being productive and working hard and creating and maintaining and upkeeping the studio. But if I don't give myself the proper rest, when I snap, I will not want to do anything. And so it's about sensing those times when I'm feeling stressed and then relaxing. And the thing for me, being ADHD, and I've got a bit of a history of just issues and challenges. A lot of the things that typically relax other people don't relax me. And I even have very fulfilling moments. Like the poetry is extremely fulfilling. I wouldn't say it's relaxing at all. No, not one bit. It's weird like that. And you can get real deep into a philosophy of relaxing or things like that. And I don't know if all this sounds weird, and I don't know if I'm just, being an armchair self-therapist and sounding crappy about it. But the fact is, ultimately, is I took a look at the things I had written down for myself to say, hey, when you need to relax, do these things. And I realized, well, actually, none of these actually make me really relax. And I changed that list a little bit. Getting out a little more from the house, deep breathing techniques like the Wim Hof method. Big one is, trying to dwell more into imagination, things like that. I'm gonna try those. New tactic. But what's cool is that I do feel like that I've developed and grown so much more than I would have had it not been for amazing communities that I'm part of, for the support on Twitch, for the discovering the typewriters, the poetry, the work, having my art. I'm very thankful for where I'm at. Really, really thankful. And I think I'm just kind of feeling that this morning. And Leaky's kind of hitting the nail on it. Burnout is a fine line. I think a lot of people never learn to deal with. I keep producing, but I never stress when I don't. I found my best work is produced when it just hits me. So when writer's block happens, I don't sweat it. Pichu, P-O-O-Chu, is now following. Welcome to the channel. So good to see you. Bianca, I believe, is their name. Welcome to this channel. Yeah, this is typewriter poetry happening on the spot. I've just been kind of talking about a lot. And it's funny, Leaky, you mentioned your comment about burnout, because burnout, that's a thing. Yeah, I hadn't actually figured out yet what I was writing today. I guess I'm gonna write a little bit about burnout. Is probably what I'm thinking. Leaky says that Bianca is amazing, and And she is here in the chat. Welcome to our stream, Bianca. Yeah, I hadn't really. I usually have a super plan. This morning I had no plan. I am writing on this 1956 Olympia SG1. Let me get the paper at least into the machine, because then I could start thinking about what I want to write. But I was thinking that this morning, and I'll take requests. Bianca and Leaky are catching up in the chat. Leaky just agreed to sell my company. Well, that's a big move, man. Congratulations. That is exciting. Retiring is so cool. Man, like, it's so interesting because, like, I started the stream kind of talking about, like, how I am so, like, I'm at the beginning. I'm trying to figure out how to maintain my productivity, and Leaky's and Bianca talking about retiring. And I think that rest is the feeling for this morning. Now, I've written about rest before, but I'm really interested in revisiting it, kind of thinking about the new developments in my life. So I think that seems to be the theme emanating from the chat. So I'm going to dive in and get a poem started on that. But if anything else comes to mind, let me know. Also, let me know how the stream is holding up for you. I've made some changes on the back end, trying to increase the quality of the stream. I do not know if it is working. It seems to be going well according to what I can see on my computer. I just wish that it was a little more high def. It says 720 from the source. We'll see when I have to do the exports. He says I've retired before. I like that. Yes, I always forget that I may not be in the it might not be morning for everybody. Ooh, that needs to be oiled. Oh my goodness, there's so much in the chat. Leaky says, when you're young and you retire and your friends don't, it's boring. Yeah, I can imagine that it might feel that way. But hey, it's a lucky thing to be able to kind of do that. And I think it's a balance of I mean, I don't know what retiring's like at all, but I think it's a balance of kind of still doing something. Like I've heard of a lot of people, even when they're older, retire but still do like a thing. Like they're like, whether like they do some little job that they just love going to. Exactly. Bianca says, "Need more time for your creative hobbies." Traveling is fun. And traveling would be hard right now. Bianca is fascinated with the typewriter, loves the ASMR. Yeah, you know something, I keep saying it, that an ASMR channel for you know, with typewriter poetry would just be a hit. It would be a hit. But I gotta do it. Or one day I just come on and I think it's great that you guys are talking a lot. I love that. That's what this is. It's just meant to be kind of a home for people to kind of run into each other, celebrate poetry, and have some sort of verse happening in the background. I'll try to see if the themes of the chat may float into the verse. Bianca says, "Do you have a YouTube channel? I feel like there would be a huge community for typewriting ASMR." I have a YouTube channel. Basically, all it's been doing is it's just been backing up the Twitch. But I mean, there's a lot of potential for me to use it for other things. So, yeah, and Leaky is getting massive praise from Bianca. Her favorite person on the platform, period. I think it's awesome. Leaky got praised in a poem, actually, recently. But yeah, the songwriter was the name of the poem, and we celebrated him with his going through what he's been through, but also, you know, like overcoming it and being a gritty, amazing creator, I think is the way I describe it. I'll read it if you guys are up for it. Here, let me shift over to the main camera. A reprise of The Songwriter. Past the numbers, past the sinews and scrubs, cardiograms etching out the beat between the scales. When the diagnosis for our crisis comes, you hear the song, even if the voice has yet to sing. Even if within the dreams of waiting, we are all healing, all seeking to pull the pain from the wounds and get it out. Get it out. Grind out the scars and replace them with vengeance of truth. Love is cold and broken, but beautiful when sung. Strummed like the chord, scratched onto the paper, recording the life we are living. Poem in honor of our guest, Leaky. Thank you again so much for being here. And thank you, Bianca, for stopping by as well, as I continue to chip away at this poem on rest. Fool Killer dropping emojis in the chat. Our typewriter. I'll drop some hats. Thank you so much, Bianca. I really appreciate it. So it looks like that they're talking about, yep, this look at you guys are having a conversation about another streamer. Well, I hope all that works out with the other streamer. And let me get back to this poem. Thank you, Bianca, for your for. Oh, Leaky, thank you so much for the bits. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I hope that I have, for me myself, to say this channel, I hope that everything, you guys, I'm always open to learning more about how I can be better and trying to be more welcoming to everybody. And yeah, I see that you guys have had some drama elsewhere, but thank you again for your kind words, Bianca, and thank you, Leaky, for the support. Really appreciate it. Leaky's wisdom in the chat: writing is a skill. Just plug away and you'll get there as long as you keep trying. 10 songs a day. That's kind of me with the poems. I just keep kind of throwing stuff at the wind. But the hard thing for me is the process after the fact. Like getting the thing, into that work, like working it into, I'm not saying words right. The publishing side, obviously. The editing into the publishing. That's the part that really, blocks me up a little bit. I feel like the metaphors in this poem are a mess, but I'm happy with it regardless because it's more personal, I think. This is Center, a poem about rest and anxiety because the true contrast. I calm the spiraling, diving and spinning of sense, restless legs symphonizing with the rhythm of deepening BPMs. I seek the long lost, but so close child within. I want to see the world, journey to its center in the far-flung meditation. Where is my mind? Born into awareness that we will someday die, I fling bricks at the crystalline, heavenly ceiling, hoping it will shatter and bring heaven onto earth. But my reach never grazes that height. I look to my hands filled with crayons, games, and puzzles. I will draw my way out, spiral color into each corner I am hiding, and seek the center. Seek where everything stops. The hero's journey to just be. Yeah, I don't even know if I agree with it as a poem. Like there seems to be too much of a and maybe that's me coming out, like too much of a I want to relax, which is not the way anybody relaxes. Who relaxes like that? We have chats that I didn't get to see. Yes, reworking and editing it. Are you planning on releasing a poetry collection, Joseph S. Bianca? Yes. My plan is a COVID collection. I keep kind of chipping away at getting the COVID collection finished, but part of the problem is that COVID doesn't end. And so I have to work through that. And we had here something I really wanted to read. Should put your hat on transparent background so when people are in night mode, it still looks badass. And you're right. You are absolutely right. And I forgot to do it when I set that whole thing up, and it still bugs me. I just haven't done the time to do it. Leaky Rope says truly feels forced. And I think that's, sometimes something like, I just saw Bianca's chat come through about COVID collection 2050. Yeah, and I think Leaky sometimes, hopefully we have our videos are working. Sometimes poetry can be like the like the symptoms come out in it, and you're right that it feels forced, and that's important. Like I'm liking that, and I think that's a sign of where my head is in a deeper sense. I want to make sure that we are still live because my connection on my other computer went down. Forcha says, sweet Meaning Wave t-shirt. Thank you so much, Forcha. Good to see you here in the chat. And I think, though, it's... I'm not going to say it's not a nice poem. I think that, in terms of where I'm at, a lot of it just kind of spilled out onto the page. And that's okay, too. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it kind of being the studio for me as well, is that it's a place where I can throw a lot of my ideas up against the wall, have fun with it. You can kind of see the process of it. I don't polish this stream at all. It was nice, but it could be better if it felt more laxed. I agree. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that is where this poem would go if I were to edit it. More relaxed. I do have a project. Speaking of kind of edits. No, you know what? I'm going to save that one for tomorrow. I think I am going to make some edits to another poem that I worked on. I think that I am going to when you Leaky says it's not your best, but that's the thing. When you're a good writer, when you're decent, even your crap is okay. I appreciate that, and that's what I love. Just having that out here, and everything like that, and just writing here. If there's not, unless there's any other requests, I think I'm going to end the stream a little early today. Really appreciate the time that people have been here. It's not really early though. My streams are always at least a half hour long. I love just being here with people. And being able to chat, and want to welcome new follower Bianca to the chat. I want to wrong button. There we go. I want to go. There we go. Appreciate everybody else that has followed over the past week. We have some new followers. Anbu Guy followed. We had DJ Tomo as well, supporting DJs of Twitch. Really cool. Thank you so much for and I really appreciate those words, Bianca. Thank you so much for saying that the stream is relaxing. It means a lot. And I'm really glad that being here and relaxes me too. Really appreciate everybody for being here. We're gonna head out. Have a wonderful day. We have Malvern the Witch. Welcome to the stream. We are just we have a crew here. It looks like a lot of people have been coming into this stream from the other writing Twitchverse. It's so good to see so many people that know each other in the writers Twitchverse. But this stream, as all good things must come to an end for this morning, I'm going to be ending the stream at this point. We are on here roughly 7 a.m. every day, EST. It's morning here, but if it's not morning where you are, that's perfectly fine. We do typewritten poetry. Thank you again so much, everybody, for being here, and have a wonderful day.